Hey up guys, how we doing? Welcome back to the channel. You're with me, Nick, the Autistic biker, and I hope we are really doing all alright out there. We're all good, we've been keeping well, we're in good spirits, good health, both mentally, physically. I really do hope that for each and every one of you. Hope we're all good. It's going a bit dark now, going a bit dingy. Going a bit dingy dark. I've got action camera at minute on a 2.7K at 60 FPS, 60 frames per second, 2.7K, and the only thing I have changed on it is the video filter. Instead of it being on normal, it's actually on a vivid video filter. I'm actually wondering if when recording in dark, well, when it's going a bit like dingy, a bit dark and dingy like now, if actually putting it on like a vivid video filter setting wouldn't be as good as just put it on normal. Just put it like on a normal video setting, record, you know, when you're recording it dark. All I can do really is you just play about with it, don't you? That's beauty. Just keep on playing about with all your different various settings. That's part and parcel, well, one part and parcel of all excitement about having an action camera, especially motovlogging. You know, actually using it for more of a bigger, wider means and a purpose, instead of just keeping it on just to record your rides. Especially, like I said, for when you're motovlogging, you need it, don't you? Do you know what I mean? You need to be trying about with different settings. That's the excitement. Hey. Anyway, yeah, just thought I'd chuck another video together. Another video, here it comes. So, you know, like I've done various videos on my motorcycle, you know, vlogging channel before, and you kind of like got like a glimpse, haven't you? A glimpse into sort of like how my mind works in some ways. You know, as in, like, to say the least, it's a bit like open-minded and a bit unique, innit? To do with some ideas, like business ideas that I've had. Do you know what I mean? Well, if you just go and watch some of my other very, you know, like 2 and 2.5 year old past previous videos, plus ones from this year as well, like business ideas, but all for love and passion to do with motorcycling, to do with motorcycles and stuff like that, and, you know, action cams. Well, anyway, I've just had another one, and yet again, yes, surprise, surprise, obviously it's something motorcycle related. Otherwise I wouldn't put it on my channel. Well, at least I don't think I would put it on my channel anyway. So, and this is sort of like a shout out to all, like, chefs out there. Chefs, as in chefs that work in, you know, restaurants or even pubs and cafes. But it's a shout out to chefs that work in, you know, restaurants, pubs, cafes, all that lot, yeah? That, to be fair, have got to have sort of like a keen passion for motorcycles themselves. So in other words, they've got to be like a biker themselves. They've got to be like this sort of like chef slash motorcyclist. Otherwise, it wouldn't really be as appealing or exciting. Like, you're not going to do something that isn't you, are you? You're not going to do something that doesn't please and excite you. You've got to make sure that something pleases and excites you. Otherwise, what's point? So this is a sort of like shout out for all them chefs out there that, you know, they've got their own creative food like menu ideas that work in either a pub, like a pub employs them, a cafe, a restaurant employs them, you know. And it's just an idea that I think will work. So if you take your motorcycle brands, you know, I'll get all the big famous four out of the way first. The good reliable Japanese four, the Japanese big four. You've got your Yamaha, Honda, Kawasaki, Suzuki, right? But then, you know, you've got your Triumph, Harley Davidson, Indian, Royal Enfield, you name it, your BSA, right? So what you could do is, and like I said, this is all like a shout out to the chefs, well, motorcycling chefs out there. So if you're a chef and maybe you're looking for like new ideas for your menu, you know, or even if you're not looking for ideas but you've watched this video, or this video gets back to you by someone who watches this video, and you might be like, yeah, that's a good idea, right? I can see that working and happening and actually raking in more money. I can see that happening, right? So you take your motorcycle brands, right, and what you could do is you could make like dessert type stuff in tribute, all in tribute and in memory of motorcycle makes, motorcycle manufacturing brands. So for example, you could like either have like sundaes going off, or, you know, like your Sunday ice creams. You could have cheesecakes dedicated to them, right? So you've got your cheesecakes, you've got your sundaes, and then only third one I can think of is like your milkshakes. You could have like a, you know, a milkshake dedicated to them, right? So for example, you could have like your Yamaha cheesecake, you could have your Ducati milkshake, or you could have your, I don't know, give me another one, Royal Enfield or BSA, whatever, Sunday. Now what you choose, as in the style and how you choose, you being the chef, alright, the chef being the chef actually makes these motorcycle cheesecakes, sundaes, you know, ice creams, milkshakes, sundaes, cheesecakes, anything, oh, you name it. Is entirely up to that chef. Every chef puts their own twist on things, right? So, but these are just some from top of my head, just like some rough examples that I just sort of like commonly, if you like, common as muck, commonly wants to elaborate on what I've mentioned about. So if we take the cheesecake, right, I'm going to go with I don't know, right, Ducati, right? So you've got your Ducati cheesecake. So what you could do is, the whole point of a cheesecake, as you know, is It's made up of like a crumbly digestive biscuit sort of base, isn't it? Something like that. And then obviously you've got your actual, that like white, thick, nice, succulent, like, you know, cheesecake, cheesy tasting, like white stuff. But what you could do is, where that ordinarily always usually is white, it's just like your plain, like New York style plain cheesecake. What you could do is you could put some food dye in there for when you're making that to turn it red, because what are the colours of Ducati? It's red and white, isn't it? But let's take red. And also you could turn that into a flavour. So if we associate a flavour with red, obviously you're thinking either raspberry or strawberry, aren't you? It's got to be either strawberry or raspberry. So you could make that flavour to match the red Ducati colours. You could make that flavour, you know, either strawberry flavouring or raspberry flavouring. And like I said, put some red dye in as well, so it turns it like a reddish colour. But obviously the whole point is you're not going to call it raspberry cheesecake or strawberry cheesecake, because otherwise what's point in me even putting this video together? What's point in me even having this idea? What's point in me even actually putting this idea out forward to you all? You know what I mean? The whole point of this channel is it's a motor vlogging channel. Do you know what I mean? So and that's all the point of it, basically. It's a motor vlogging channel. So I'm not going to put a video together, am I? Saying, I know, I've got a good idea. I know, guys. Right, this has never ever been done before. Right? Why doesn't a chef out there make a strawberry or raspberry cheesecake? Because it's been done before, Nick. Because it's not unique, it's common. Well, that's precisely my point. And then what you could do is you could like elaborate on it a bit more and go to town on it. So you could like somehow either buy from somewhere, Amazon, eBay or something, or make some of your own. You could like make your own motorcycle, or order some motorcycle logo stencils. So you could sort of like dust with some sort of like powder, like cocoa powder, over the top of the cheesecake, the actual you know, the motorcycle brand logo. And I just think that would be so cool, that, do you know what I mean? I'm just saying. You know, like when you have a coffee, when you have a latte or a cappuccino or whatever, they do the coffee, don't they? And then they put that stencil over the froth. And what they do is, over the froth, they then cover that stencil, they shake over that stencil some either chocolate bits or cocoa powder or something, and they remove it, and then you've got that shape. You've got like the shape of coffee beans, or like a pumpkin or something. If it's Halloween time, a pumpkin coffee, you've then got it over the froth of your coffee. So do that for the cheesecake, and actually put it on the menu and list it on the menu as in, you know, title it as in a motorcycle branded cheesecake. But you could do that as well, to do it not just Ducati. If you take colours, you know, like if you were to take the traditional proper colours of motorcycle brands colours, you know, like Suzuki. So Suzuki is your red and blue. You see. So this is where it gets interesting. With your Suzuki cheesecake, you know, you could somehow, to do with you being the chef, and by you being open-minded and having your own spin and twist on it, you could somehow, through having your own spin and twist on it and being open-minded, come up with an idea where you could put two flavours, either going off at the same time or individually on some separate bits on that cheesecake. So where you've got the red, that could be strawberry or raspberry again, but where you've got the blue, that blue could then be blueberry, and the flavours could, you know, balance each other out or something. I don't know, but you could make some part of the cheesecake the blueberry flavour and the blue food dye, and some of the part strawberry or raspberry with the red food dye. Yet again, get a stencil, get your Suzuki logo stencil, shake some blue and red over it or something or whatever, then there you go. It comes out on a plate, titled and listed on the menu as in the Suzuki cheesecake, and it comes out to the person in that restaurant or cafe or pub or whatever who's ordered it off the dessert menu. It comes out professionally looking, like it's not just your typical normal boring flavour cheesecake, even though it still is, but you could just like trend it up a bit. And if you're going to list it and make it a motorcycle cheesecake, then make sure you do everything within all your means and in your power to make sure that you try to make that look and feel as if it's all about motorcycles, baby. It's not just about flavours and just saying it's a motorcycle cheesecake. Try, you know what I mean? Make sure you do everything in your power to make sure you proper motorcycle. Make sure you motorcycle the shit out of that cheesecake, baby. You know what I mean? And well, it's same with a milkshake. You know, I'll have the Kawasaki milkshake, okay, the famous, world famous Kawasaki lime green, and you know, so you could do a normal vanilla flavoured milkshake, add some green food dye, but obviously add some like green coloured food resemblance flavour in, like some lime or something. So the sweetness of the vanilla, to do with counteracting or balancing the sharpness of the lime art, might be quite just counterbalancing and you know. Anyway, look guys, you get what I'm trying to say, you get what I'm trying to do, don't you? You get my gist, yeah? You can grasp my vision. You're grasping my vision, you're getting my gist, and that's all there is that matters, you know what I mean? I'm not going to keep on going on and banging on about it as if like you're fucking all thick, you dummies. You know what I mean? If I do, believe me, that's just me being me. It isn't because I think you're still just not quite getting it, and I know you're not. So I've got to dive into this and say this with all this detail and stuff. No, it'll just be me being me, to do with being around bush, going around houses and waffling on like I do. It won't be because of all, you know what I mean? I think, you know, listen, I've listened to all you motorcycle vloggers, right? Well, lots of you, and believe me, I could just tell to do with your IQ level, tone of voice and everything, how bright you come across. Believe me, you're more clever than me. You know what I mean? You're more clever than me and way more better at being a motorcycle vlogger than what I am. Way more better at conducting your channel than what I am. I waffle on, I repeat me saying, I beat around bush, and you know. So believe me, that's not my intention at all. Do you know what I mean? I know, to be fair, I haven't really got a patch on any of you other motorcycle vloggers, you know, so don't worry about it. I'm humble and down to earth and can just admit that straight away, come out with that statement, do you know what I mean? You guys are great, I appreciate you. I appreciate you so much guys. I appreciate you so much, I really do. So yeah, that's your milkshake for you. You're a chef with your own twist, with your own ideas, right? You've got a noggin, that's what it's there for, use it, right? I just thought I'd throw another, you know, chuck another video together and just throw some good inspiration at you. If you're that chef out there who knows with confidence, not bragging, but you know your food is good, you know you are a good, like, dessert chef, you're a good dessert chef, you know all your, you know, but also at the same time, you know, you're this keen passion motorcyclist fanatic. You've got one or two bikes of your sen, you love getting out on it, you know what I mean? Are you looking to spice up or pick up a menu, or even start from fresh start again? And I know you could take it to your boss, couldn't you? If you've got a boss, if you don't work for yourself, and be like, right, my ideas, my creation, this has all come from me, right? I've got a good feeling this is how we can get more money, boss, trust me. I mean, that'd absolutely work wonders, wouldn't it? If you're not just doing it in a normal pub or a normal cafe, right? It's not just a normal pub or a cafe or a restaurant, but imagine if you're actually being very clever with how you're targeting that market. And if you target the market in a very clever way, if you only target and sell these sundaes, ice creams, cheesecakes, anything desserty type, like, from when a pub like has a biker night, you know, like a pub Thursday bikers night, you could just do it like on a Thursday then and sell them from pub. A chef in a little back kitchen doing nothing but desserts on a Thursday pub bikers night. There you go, you're away. You've got a choice to choose from. You can either have porry cream with your cheesecake, or whatever dessert it is, or squirty cream. But in that porry cream, this is where it even gets more exciting, and this is where the world is your oyster in terms of food. When you're talking food world, the food game, you're talking, the world is literally your oyster, as in it is unrestricted, it is unlimited. The imagination of a chef is unlimited, right? It's unrestricted. You can go as daft and as far, but as brilliant as you want, as crackers and as batty as you want. Do it. It brings in that money. End of. But this is where it gets interesting with the fresh whipped cream, or with the thick porry cream. You could also add the food dye to that porry or whipped cream, and even food flavouring, to then offset and match the reflection, you know, reflect with accuracy the motorcycle branded dessert. And that is the beauty, you know. So I just thought I'd touch base with that, on that with you all, to just say, hey, look, how's about this? And it's just one of my, yet again, just one of my open-minded, you know, bit of a unique, crazy, maybe daft, but yet again at the same point, good, positive, like, business ideas, you know. Put a little bit of a profit on top for you, for each slice you do, or for each milkshake you do, or each Sunday ice cream you do, whatever. But mate, you know, and this is the thing, and alright, you target it at proper, actual you know, like a motorcycle, like either you know, bike nights at a pub, or even a biker's cafe. You know, like if you target it, if you've got this chef working it back off like this, you know, biker's cafe, then, like I've said, that would be very clever, wouldn't it, right? That would be that would be a very, very clever move. But right, let me tell you about this, guys. Right, just listen to this, what I'm about to say today. Listen to this idea, right? Even if you don't be clever and wise and even target it right at a specific biker cafe, you know what I mean, or basically any biker place to eat in, like a biker's pub, having a biker's night, a biker's cafe, right, a biker's even restaurant, whatever, a biker's place to eat, right, or drink, right? Oh, they put traffic lights here then. All right. So, just let's say, if you're talking in terms of just like a normal pub, right, or a normal restaurant, yeah? It's a normal restaurant, it's a normal pub. So in other words, it's got nothing to do with motorcycles, right? Now, I could be wrong on this, okay? And if I'm wrong, honestly, then I'm wrong, yeah? If it's going to turn out that I'm going to be wrong, and then I'm wrong, but I do honestly think, though, right, that it doesn't just only have to be marketed in a very clever way to be specifically targeting like bike nights at a pub or bike cafes or bike restaurants, right, for it to still work. I still really truly do believe, but if I'm wrong, I'm wrong, but I believe that it could still work, as in bring that pub or that cafe, a normal cafe, a normal pub, a normal restaurant in. I believe it can even bring in more money for that business if you start titling it and listing it as in a motorcycle branded cheesecake, milkshake, dessert, anything, right, Sunday. Simply because, right, simply because you've only got to have, right, bikers in that normal pub, a biker in that normal pub or something, right? Yeah, like I was saying, I really do still think it will work. Because you still think of how many bikers, motorcyclists there is out there that are going to go into a normal cafe and then, right, and then go, oh, what's this? The Ducati cheesecake, the Suzuki Sunday, you know, or milkshake, whatever, right, whatever. Think how many people are actually going to do that. And I believe that, let's say for example, right, even if you are absolutely bloated, right, you are bloated and you can't eat anymore, right, if you were to just so happen to look at the dessert menu, right, and if it's quite a rare, odd, unique thing that you've never seen on a menu before, right, if you were to see that on a menu, no matter how stuffed you are, right, I reckon that you would buy it, you'd pay for it, you'd at least, just because it's all about motorcycles, right, because it's all about motorcycles, I've got a very good feeling that you would. That you would honestly buy one. Even if you know you're not going to eat it there and then, right? Even if you said to a member of staff, can you put it like in a dog bag for me, a doggy bag or something? Because you'd just be so intrigued. You'd still just be so intrigued with so much curiosity, because like it's quite new and rare, you'd be so intrigued to wonder not just only what it tastes like, but even how it's displayed, even how it's going to look when it comes to you, how it's going to look, and obviously how it's going to taste. You've only got to have a keen, passionate biker walking into a normal, non-bikers pub, cafe, restaurant, anything, oh, you name it, and straight away, as soon as you were to see that on menu, you'd want a bit, even if you're stuffed and you want to take it home. But I've got a feeling that would work, but you know, if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. So anyway guys, I'm going to wrap it up there. I'm going to love you and leave you all there. And remember, if you are riding, ride safe, watch out for them other idiots out there on the road, as we know there's plenty. I absolutely respect and value and appreciate you all with a heavy heart. Thank you so much guys, thank you so much. So you've been with me, Nick the Autistic Biker, and until the next one, next video, I'll see you.